Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. I should apologize for the last episode. It was sloppy. We won, but it was sloppy. I ain't about that lifestyle anymore. I'm about randoming Judas about 50% of the time. That's what I'm about. P4YJ F9 VH. What? It's a bit of an aggressive start, to be honest with you. I love it, though. It's worth the squeeze if we get HP out of it. Oh, well, it's all over now. You know in that POD song, they go, it's almost over now. This isn't almost over, it's over. We got HP as Judas on our very first room. Now, it was a dangerous room. Luckily, they never did the attack that actually, like, you know, causes problems. By the way, I can't see because of the freaking burning basement curse of the whatever. I'm looking at the preview window. It's actually brighter on the preview window. So what you guys are seeing, barring YouTube post-processing nonsense, should be relatively visible. What I'm seeing is just mud. I'm looking in like an old cup of coffee with my granddad's glasses on. Can't see anything. Maybe that's what Doc Tourism's all about. What do you got for me? Yo, not bad. After the last run, having the ability to shoot tears that actually damage enemies is like a new era. Again, I will apologize. I don't think I played as well as I didn't even play up to my own relatively low standards on the last run. But we also got junk items. I should have been the bigger man. You know, I played this game 2,500 hours or something ridiculous. Should have been like, well, you know what happens from time to time. Instead, I got very petty. I said, you know what? Frick this game. And I meant it at the time, but now I slept on it. Or did a 3-hour stream, rather, and I feel like that was not the most mature way to handle the situation. You find something amusing about the way that I pronounce the word mature? Well, it is not spelled M-A-C-H-U-R-E. Or M-A-C-H-O-O-O-R. Mature! It's mature. That's the way I say it, at least. With a little bit of Castile accent grec. I don't know. And accent aigu is the one that makes the E sound like an A. Like passé, for example. I don't know what the accent grec does. And that should tell you everything you need to know about the quality of my French education. Because I took French classes from the 1st grade until the 10th grade. So now, a little bit of that onus has to be on the student, I'll admit. This is huge value. Diplopia. What a beautiful creature. Look at this. Free. Well, not free. You get a key. We got 10 cents. We got a Tears upgrade pill. Oh, my word. We'll buy the other Tears upgrade pill. Obviously, that's incredible. That's insanely great. For 10 cents, 2 Tears upgrades, a Spirit Heart, and a key. Like, what can you say about that? Except, thank you. It makes up for a lot of what I would consider to be inequities of our previous run. And it's nice to know that the game is choosing to meet us halfway. I really appreciate that. You know, I'm here to provide some entertainment. It's helpful when the game... You know, I'm not saying every run needs to be a gimme. I'm just saying it's helpful when the game meets me in the middle on those ones. Now, we can argue till the cows come home. Was that a good way to use a bomb? The answer is no. But it made my life slightly simpler. And it's nice to be in that position. You know, we got that luxury going on. We got a little Isaac confidence. This would be win 4 if we got it. And it's not guaranteed. You know, I said that the Forgotten one was basically guaranteed. And it all came almost crashing down on a couple of different occasions. So I'm definitely not going to be cocky this time. I got to remember, maybe... You know, I try to take a lesson out of every run. A lot of the lessons I've learned lately, don't take X item for zaniness. You know, a lot of our zany items have been killing us lately. More lessons, don't take the run for granted. Yo, though, obviously. You know, maybe... The thing is, you don't ever say no to Mega. When Mega shows up, it's like your teacher being like, hey, should we do, like, an exam for this class? Or are you guys, like... cool if we don't do an exam. If you go, I don't really care, you deserve what you get. Look, I like writing tests, But I only like writing tests because the alternative is usually doing a big final project. I'd rather take an exam that takes 3 hours than be assigned like a 12-hour final project or something that's even larger than that, right? But if the teacher says, would you rather do an exam or be marked... No. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Would you rather do an exam or be marked on participation? If you don't say participation, you're a traitor. You're a treasonous traitor of that classroom. I don't care if you're like, well, I'd rather do the exam than put up my hand in class. Think about your fellow man, okay? Vote against your own self-interest and be a real dude. That's all I'm saying. There's always one person in every class. Well, I want to write the exam. Yeah, you're very smart. Congratulations. It's usually not even like the smartest kid. It's usually a kid who wants to be the smartest kid, but hasn't quite got the hops. It's like, shut up, Billy. Hillary said she doesn't want to write an exam, and she's got a 4.13 GPA. You can go spend some time with your dad for a night. You don't have to be weird about it. Okay. I'm thinking secret room. Okay, I'm no longer thinking secret room. Where are we going here? We have one key. I don't really want to do boss trap room, mob trap room. I do want to sacrifice a heart to check this out. And immediately, I'm like, you know what? That wasn't a great decision, perhaps. That room was a slap in the face, more or less. It's a tricky thing, because we don't have guppy, you know? We don't have guppy potential. I don't want to open up a golden chest, you know, with one key. Might be costing ourselves, who knows, the shop? If we even wanted to go there. Do we want to? No, we didn't. Let's open it. For all the hemming and hawing, what it comes down to is like, my brain is like, there's an unopened thing. Wouldn't it be sick to open it? And I'm like, yeah, you got it, bro. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm basically just farming up a mega charge so we can drop it as soon as we enter the next floor. I do hate to lose, well, just in general, but I hate to lose Book of Belial, but, you know, it's mutually exclusive until we get the school backpack, so I would love to have the extra damage potential, but what I love more than that is having, you know, a beam that's like as thick as my forearm, absolutely eviscerating everything that I get into in every room. And let's put that to the test. You gotta start big rooms. Oh, beautiful. Now, locomotion is the most important thing here. Kylie Minogue was on to something. We're good, we're good. One more room. Just one more. Just one more room after that. One more. Okay, come on. Ah, we still did pretty well there. The dream is that you get to the point where you never, ever have to be using your skill, and exclusively all you do is hit the space bar. I mean, there's a little bit of unique skill to using Mega to begin with, but not very much. Now, you don't explode, please. Dude, I'm so happy to have Spider Mod, too. Because Spider Mod lets me know when enemies are about to die. And it's useful, like, psychologically, but it's really useful on champions as well. Because if a champion's about to explode, you don't want to be standing right next to them. And if they're not about to explode, you know, why not stand next to them? Okay, I don't know how we didn't get hit there, but I'm very happy to have seen that that's the case. Krampus? No Krampus. So we shouldn't have taken the HP, but we will take both of these, absolutely. Amnesia. The ability to fly was well worth it. I should have left the HP, but, you know, in my head, I was like, maybe it'll be Krampus, and if it's Krampus, then we'll want to have a little bit more damage, but probably wasn't the right call. Don't make me do it. Well, you definitely buy Steam Sale, and then you probably buy the map. Why did I think that when I bought Steam Sale, it was gonna be 7 cents, even though that's not how it works at all? Oh, come on. I still want that map. Not so worried about Tinted Rocks. Ooh. It's good, but also I hate fighting Mega Fatty, but I love Infamy. It's just a constant change of like whether or not I enjoy what's happening right here. We are going to be able to buy the map, so that's worth it. I mean, essentially, if you consider that we got Infamy and the map, which is my favorite Colin Farrell movie. Yeah, just stand there. They probably won't hit you. Then this is way better than an item room if we end up not having a key for item room access. You know what's... Is anyone here a Farrellite? You're following the career of Colin Farrell? You know, he used to be the founding and crowning member of the Colin Farrell the Colin Farrell Lost and Found fan club, is what I was going to say. It's a very logical string of words that just, you know, slides right off the tongue. But when I was a teenager, Colin Farrell was like one of Hollywood's bad boys. He was always out, and he'd wear like a toque at a jaunty angle, you know, like a wool hat at a jaunty angle. And then the press would be like, "Hey, Colin, what do you think about orphans in Ethiopia?" And he'd be like, "Frick off." And they're like, "Wow, this guy doesn't care about anything. He doesn't play by the rules." Now, he's gotten older, you know, and wiser, and I've read interviews where he said the same thing. But he's gone from being like kind of a pretty boy, renegade type actor, who's been in some great stuff. Of course, I know you're like, have you seen In Bruges? Yeah, I've seen In Bruges. Have you seen Minority Report? Yeah, you've seen Minority Report. We're on the same page. We're all in the Lost and Found fan club for Colin Farrell. But now, instead of doing that, he exclusively does like Yorgos Lanthimos films where he talks like in a hyper-literal dialect. You get the idea. If you haven't seen, you know, he's the director of The Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Lobster. Both, you know, they're kind of like if you're just getting into art house films or you're just on the surface of art house films, they're like baby's first art house. Unless you think that that's an insult, that's as art house as I've gotten. Except when I saw the Canadian movie Frequency, that's 45 minutes long, and it's just a... It's a landmark film. It's got its own Wikipedia entry and everything. It's from like the 60s. It shows like a room, and then it slowly zooms out, and then like half of the way in, a telephone rings, and nobody picks up, and then it slowly zooms in. That's the film. And I imagine the central conceit of the film is, oh, you didn't have anything better to do this afternoon, huh? That's the theme. I don't really want to take Curse of the Tower. Alright. With the map, I thee wed, but beyond that, we have the ability... Whoops, that's not how you should do that. We have the ability to plan our directionality. So I don't really feel like we need to use it against the boss. But I feel like we at least know which way we're going now. Bit of a waste of time here. No, don't disappear on me. Don't you... disappear on me. I didn't even mean to open that, but I know that we have a battery charge back there as well, but we might get another one just naturally moving forward here. Obviously, like, I think it is in our best interest to probably do boss rush here. We're just crushing it on time, and we have not had that many runs like that recently. So we got spider bombs. Underwhelming. I think that's like... Dude, I keep talking about, like, my criteria for Isaac. Forget this, like, situational, always, sometimes, never items. Give me the classic green light, yellow light, red light. Like, for example, scatter bombs. What category is that? It's a green light. Why would you not scatter bombs, sorry, spider bombs. Why would you not take spider bombs? If you have a reroll, you'd probably rather reroll. I guess this is why the situation, or the categorization is really bad. This is because you'd be like, well, if I have a D6, what do I do? Well, you could pick it up guilt-free, but it's probably not in the top half of items. I am an idiot. Like, right after I did, like, hit the button there, I was like, why'd you do that? You needed that for the next floor. You didn't need that to kill adversary. That's just a waste of everybody's time. I can get it. Thank you. Not that it's a big deal, but we're moving on. You could do green light, yellow light, red light. I've always heard, I've never been to one, but have you heard of the thing called a stoplight party? That's when it's a college, I don't know, maybe a high school thing if you go to one of those cool high schools from movies. Apparently, I don't know how commonplace it is, but it's a real thing. It's not like the rainbow parties that Oprah was telling everybody to be afraid of. You know, where everybody wears a different color lipstick and then you get the gist of it. It's like you go and you wear green, yellow, or red. You wear green if you're single. You wear red if you're not single, like you're taken. And then you wear yellow if you're... Like, it's complicated, but also I kind of just feel like if you wear yellow, you're kind of a terrible person. Let me explain, okay? Here's what I think of people who would wear yellow to a stoplight party. And I might be mistaken. Again, I've never gone. I was very popular in college. People would be like, hey, Ryan, do you want a beer? And I'd be like, oh, do you know how many grams of carbohydrates are in that? And they'd be like, shut up, nerd, and drink it. And I'd be like, glug, 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 crush the can on my forehead. Let's go! So, yeah, it was basically a big dork. But anyway, the point is, green, I get it. Single, ready to mingle. Red, wanted to come to the party, show my spirit, but simultaneously, please don't hit on me. Please focus on the greens. I understand. Yellow, to me, is like... I may have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but if the offer's right, things could change. That's why it seems like you're kind of a piece of garbage if you wear yellow to a stoplight party. That's all I'm saying. Again, Tomo, I know you want to leave because I just got very loud. There you go, my son. I'm not trying to say that I understand it, merely that is my, not even assumption, that's just the way I've interpreted the event as of this point. Maybe the thing is, well, if there's like a girl I'm hanging out with, but I don't really know if we're dating. Okay, talk to her first off, and then wear either green or wear red. If I see someone, this is how like a married adult thinks. If I was to go to one of those parties and I'd see someone wearing yellow, I wouldn't want to talk to them. I would go to a person wearing red, and I'd be like, hey, do you like board games? I don't want to talk to the person wearing yellow, because that strikes me as a person that is afraid to have a conversation with someone they're having relations with. And they would rather just be like, hey, it's complicated, rather than just, you know, talk about it, you know? Why do I need to know it's complicated? Just give me a green or a red. I wasn't here for your life story. It's mostly just a gimmick sort of party thing. So I don't know. Are you yellow when you should be red, or are you yellow when you should be green? Because there's a huge difference. Regardless. I dislike that we're at boss rush without a charge. But we do have 13 bombs. Our damage is still... Hear me out here. You're going to want to slap me. It's pretty good. We have gone a few floors without it improving. I am a fool, but Blind Rage saved us. Doesn't happen that often, so I appreciate it. You know, like, I like our damage dealing potential. But I think you also have to realize, you know, this is not record-breaking timing for killing Mom. It's a real fight. So, I mean, I don't really want to kill bosses on Boss Rush unless we have Mega. But we'll see how it looks. We're going to get a deal with the devil in all likelihood. And we'll reconvene after that point. Okay, we did get a deal. It's not Krampus. We get the Pact. It's really good. Particularly with respect to rate of fire. Okay, if there's something worth taking, I'll take. Dude, I have to level with you. There's nothing worth taking. Let me explain. Bad. Bad. Good, but not likely to be relevant. Good, but not likely to be relevant. It is what it is. I would have loved... If they had given me a magic mush, I would have taken it in a heartbeat. I would have taken it in one half of a hummingbird's wings flapping. But it's just not the case. Do you think the Purge ever fell on Halloween? Let me back up. I don't think that the Purge is a real thing that ever happened, obviously. But like in the movies, why are they always wearing costumes? Is the Purge on Halloween? Dude, somebody's got to have Googled this before. Is the Purge... Please don't be, is the Purge real? Is the Purge real in Canada? What kind of morons are Googling this? Is the Purge real in Canada? The Purge in Canada will absolutely terrify you. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's a joke that's like the Purge. We're just being impolite to one another. Ha 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 ha, because we're so polite. That's us dropping an atomic bomb on you for suggesting we're nice. Is the Purge on Halloween? Whatever. Who cares? That's the exact right answer there. I gotta watch the movies, dude, to find out. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe that's the spoiler, is that the end of the movie, some kids in costumes with, like, fake knives go to a door, and you're like, oh, these kids are gonna murder someone. And then they go trick or treat, and you realize, oh, the Purge is over. I don't know. That sounds like how... That could be a really good series. Ryan describes movies he has not seen. Like, there's gotta... In one of the Purge movies... Like, you can tell me this didn't happen, but I know that it must have. Because I've seen movies before in my life. They definitely killed a dude who came up with the Purge, right? Like, the Purge 1, they were like, oh, the Purge was originally invented by President Mucinex. And then, in the Purge 2, they meet, like, an old guy who's, like, barricaded in his house. And they're like, are you President Mucinex? And he goes, oh, it's not a name I've heard for a long time. And then he comes out and is like, well, we invented... He gets, like, a book, or maybe, like, a photo library or something, and is going, like... When we first invented the Purge, crime was blah blah. And then he gets killed by Purgers, and I mean, you get the idea. You've seen movies before as well, I assume. Does any of this happen? Does all of this happen? Am I accidentally spoiling the Purge? I will not use Mega. This was also like the fastest... I don't want to say the fastest I've ever beat the womb. Because that sounds nuts. Wink, wink. But, we very quickly have made our way through the levels known as the womb in the game The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. With a little bit of the Afterbirth Plus expansion and 5 booster packs added on top of that. If you know what I'm saying. No deal? No deal, no hush. You know the rules. Bob Marley said it. No woman, no cry. No deal, no hush. I'm sorry to tell you. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Well, in contrast, you know what? I'll say it. In stark contrast, dun, 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 to our last run. Please, please, thank you. Those enemies are the worst. We are very, very strong. But, again... Our regular DPS is good. It's actually great. 5 rate of fire and approaching 10 damage is insanely... Well, it's not insane. It's just good, okay? I'm reaching a little bit. But the real draw is 100% Mega. Like... On rooms where we don't have Mega, we're a little bit less impressive. We are about to get 5 items, not 4, because of Wheel of Fortune. I gotta admit, you know, I don't usually pay the item too much respect, but Farting Baby has done us a great service at the start of this one. Blocked a lot of shots. We're gonna use a lot of Mr. Mega Bombs. If they generate spiders... Oh, they only generate spiders on kill, don't they? I believe it. Still. Maybe this one will work. Maybe next one will work. I should not have stood there. That's incredibly lucky. Unless it's like one of those samurai movies where we just don't know we've been sliced yet. Oh, he did give us the bombs. Or sorry, they gave us the spiders when he died. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Okay. 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 Never mind. That one's not okay. We have to keep Mega. I forgot for a second. I went from red light to yellow light, and I didn't even notice. That's how quickly it can happen, even to the best of us. I think Explosivo is going to carry us here. A lot of people don't really like this item, I think. I've heard people say, like, they don't like it because the shots that explode don't do damage when they hit. And it can be frustrating when, like, you hit an enemy with a shot that would have killed them, but instead they don't die. But You know, with our rate of fire where it is right now, pretty good. Hello, Tomo. Oh, Tomo, it's the Purge. You can't come in. Just kidding. Didn't mean to spook you, buddy. Hey, man, that's not cool. Don't tell your cat it's the Purge unless it's really the Purge. You're still alive? Don't go down. Don't go down! The shots were about to explode. Not fair, dude. Mom says you have to explode when I hit you with the Explosivo shots. My new favorite thing to do, well, I mean, no, it's like just eat a lot of cheese and crackers. Is really my new favorite thing to do. But like, I want to preface this by saying, and I do want that item, but I don't want to wait for it. I think that there's a lot of important stuff that you find out on Twitter. And I'm being sincere. Like, you know, it's a good way of disseminating information to the masses. I swear, like, there are people out there on planet Earth that, like, if you were like, oh, there's a meteor about to hit your town, they'd be like, where'd you hear that? Twitter. Oh, Twitter. Oh, well, I only get my news from blah, blah. And then, like, they'd still be talking as the meteor struck them dead. But, you know, there's also... I find a lot of tweets from streamers to be kind of whiny. And I've started to preserve my own... And some of my tweets are whiny, too. I'll level with you. You know, it's a natural human predilection. My flight got delayed by 15 minutes. Wimp, wimp. So I've started reading them in like a whiny voice in my head, and it's made me a much more pleasant person, because apparently I'm kind of a jerk. So whenever a streamer makes a tweet that's like, someone in chat said something stupid today, in my head, I read it in that voice, and I go, I'm not saying this makes me the bigger man. Absolutely not. All I'm saying is try it out for you. Try it out on one of my tweets. I'm gonna be late. The guys at the oil change place took too long with my car. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!